There we go. All right, so we got Len's on. Zohn, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Zohn, Senior Director of Sales for Resonant Link, who is our sponsor today. So, Len, why don't you tell us, I've given a little little intro here about what Resonant Link is, but you tell us from your perspective, what is it that you guys do?
Sure. Resonant Link is a wireless charging solution for fork trucks and warehouse material handling equipment, automated vehicles as well as manual vehicles.
Right. Yes. A very cool solution, I will say, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing the demo of it at Modex, right, coming up in a month.
Yeah, Modex, we're going to have a couple of demos set up, so we'd love people to come by and take a look at the technology live and in person, and you can see how effortlessly our solution works to automatically start charging batteries within 1 to 2 seconds of it arriving next to our base station.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's so interesting too. I've touched on this a couple times in LinkedIn posts and things like that, but it's so interesting to see kind of these little, smaller in-between processes and warehouse operations starting to get technology invested in them and make them more seamless, more automated in a sense. So tell us a little bit about kind of why is the wireless and automated charging, like why is that so important?
Sure, it's a good question. I've spent the majority of my career working in warehouses, and most recently with a warehouse robotics company. So I've really seen the challenges that operators and associates face working in a warehouse.
Right.
And Resonant Link solves an annoyance. It solves for safety incidents. It solves to help reduce costs and increase productivity, because associates or full-time employees no longer have to stop work, stop production, and take their truck out of commission and plug it in to charge it.
Right.
So our model here with the automation is simply have the operator drive it up to the base station. The base station can be mounted in a location where the truck is stopping as part of its normal operations, maybe by a dock door or by a break room. Stop it right there, starts charging, and when you're ready to continue on with work, just pick it up and off you go.
Yeah.
So no moving parts, no contacts, no plugging in. Strictly pull up, don't touch the truck, it starts charging, and continue on with your work. So.
Yeah, and it sounds very easy. And I've seen a little action myself in the videos and things like that. I mean, super easy to just pull up and have it recognized and start to transfer over that power, which I think is such a great thing. And I think one of the things that always comes to mind when I think about the Resonant Link solution is always that the times where you come in the morning and somebody's like, oh, they didn't plug the forklift in last night. Now I can't use it for half the shift because it needs to charge. So, but you mentioned the safety aspect in there as well. So tell us a little bit about how is the solution safe itself, one, and then how is it also kind of making the charging process, the charging method, overall a more safer experience?
Sure. I just wanted to comment on one thing that you said, Kevin.
Sure.
Yeah, you're correct. People show up to work and the truck is not charged and they only get a half hour's worth of
that sucks.
production.
Yeah.
It does suck. Nobody's happy about it. But not only does that cause a productivity hit in the warehouse, it's also a big cost consideration. Because operators know that non-compliance, as we call it, exists, it forces them to buy additional batteries and additional pieces of material handling equipment, so that they always have a supply ready to go. With wireless charging, you alleviate all of that. So productivity goes up, and then those cost savings go down. I'm sorry, and the cost savings.
Yes.
Thank you.
No, you got it right. Yeah.
It's jet lag.
Yeah, definitely.
But to answer your questions about safety, safety is central to what we do. And as most of us know, battery charging, battery swapping is not safe really in any way. There are battery drops and spills, ergonomic injuries to it. Shocks and fires caused by traditional plug-in or contact-based charging. So with Resonant Link's wireless charging solution, again, all of that is alleviated because there's nothing to touch. Okay?
Yeah.
That charging starts automatically and instantly. And it's all solid state, so there's no wires, cables to fray, no contacts to break. There's none of that.
Yeah.
And furthermore, we have a foreign object detection system. So if somebody would accidentally drop an iPhone between the truck and the base station, or put their hand in to see what will happen.
Will I get charged if I put my hand in?
Exactly. The good news is nothing will happen. The system will shut down instantaneously and stop the transfer of power.
All right, that's good. That's good to know, definitely. And I think it's great to take away that step of having to plug in. Not only is it safer from that aspect, or especially the battery swapping aspect as well. I think it is a huge point there that you touched on. But it also, it's a lot cleaner too, I think, which is nice, right? So tell us a little bit about, because there's some other wireless charging technologies out there as well. Tell us a little bit about how Resonant Link is kind of different, and what's the kind of competitive advantage there in the market. Sure.
And to paraphrase you, Kevin, please forgive me, wireless charging is sexy.
Oh, I like it. Love it.
So yes, wireless charging has been around for some time, but we have several innovations to our solution that are well beyond what was existing in the marketplace. So really core to that is a new type of coil technology that we've created. It's novel, and that allows us to transfer power 5 to 10 times faster than others in the industry. 400 amps, so we can opportunity charge, we can full charge very quickly and get those trucks back into service. I think it's also a significant advantage is the fact that we have a very large misalignment tolerance or gap tolerance. So with other wireless charging in the industry, it's incumbent on the operator to have to park that vehicle, if it's a manually operated vehicle, with 1 to 2 inches distance, air gap between.
So pretty close. Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Which is hard to do, if not possible to do on a consistent basis.
Yes. Yeah.
Resonant Link, we offer the largest parking space in the industry. So as long as you're within 12 inches of our unit, it's going to start charging at full efficiency.
Yeah, I think that's nice, and I think to have that flexibility and that gap is important too, because even 1 to 2 inches too. I mean, there's some risk that maybe you bump into the charger, right, a little bit too. So I think it's really great to point that out and be able to see that. So now if we look at a wireless charger, and you mentioned you could place it, wherever you traditionally stop your truck, whether it's in a dock area, maybe in a brake area potentially. But to do that, I mean, how is the charger installed? What goes into it? Does it need a special type of infrastructure? How does that work?
Yeah, great question, because that's one of the things that prevents faster adoption to certain types of automation is it can require significant infrastructure changes inside of the warehouse, workflow changes. What's really impressive about Resonant Link is it doesn't require any of that. Okay, we can use the existing infrastructure, connect our base system to the grid with connections that are generally already in place.
Oh, okay.
So we install our base unit, which is the transmitter of the power, and then for the receiver, the on-vehicle modules, those bolt on. We have cables that go to the battery, and you're up and running.
Yeah.
So if we arrive in the morning to uncrate the charger, warehouses can be charging and realizing the benefits by lunchtime.
Wow.
And it's incredibly flexible. We do this with brownfields. Very easy to do brownfield with a retrofit kit. It's also very easy to do certainly with a greenfield application where we're building these in from day one. And we support all different types of battery chemistry. So there's no concerns if somebody has lead acid and we're making a transition to lithium ion or somewhere in between in that evolution. We could start where the customer is and evolve as they scale.
That's great. Yeah, and I think that's such great to have that flexibility on the installation side and not have too much infrastructure, because that can be certainly a pain to work through and do that type of thing. So, I mean, are you seeing, like, from an installation perspective, are you seeing people that are wanting to basically just get rid of all their old chargers and just bring in the Resonant Link solution?
They are.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, they realize the benefits of doing it and the issues that they're having. And many of them didn't realize that a solution such as ours existed and could be installed so quickly, and they could start realizing those benefits on day one.
Yeah. Yeah, and I can see that. I mean, I think it's such a cool technology. I mean, to be able to do that and not have to plug it in. Like, I think the situation where you forget to plug it in is such a headache, right? I mean, it seems like maybe it's just we forgot to plug it in, but like that's like a slowdown in work, a slowdown in productivity, and that's never good in the warehouse. So it's great that you're able to kind of alleviate that in a safe way, and make that experience just better overall, not only for kind of peace of mind for the warehouse manager, but also just for the worker in general too, to make it easier for them. So really great to learn more about Resonant Link with you here, Len. If people are interested and they want to get some wireless chargers in their facility, what's the best way to do that?
Great. Yeah, the best way to do that is visit the resonantlink.com website. I'm here at the show, and if you enter your information in, we can make arrangements to meet here at the show, after, or at Modex. So looking forward to evangelizing the benefits of Resonant Link and wireless charging.
All right, great. So, Len, thank you so much for stopping by the booth and telling us all about Resonant Link. And thank you to Resonant Link once again for sponsoring the live stream today. So, Len, it's been a pleasure, and we'll definitely catch up with you later here at the show, and we'll definitely be looking forward to the demos at Modex. So.
Fantastic. Thanks very much, Kevin.
All right. Thanks, Len.